be on the track. Oh
What's going on, fellas? It's your boy King Dre, and I'm coming at y'all again with another one, man. Today we're going to talk about how to spot a woman with a slutty past. The last video, it was about how to spot a woman in an active hoe phase, but this video today is going to be about how to spot an ex-hoe, a woman that has been, sleeping around. Because, regardless of, ideologies in the playerism game and in the dating game, some coaches tell you, some guys tell you, oh, if a woman has a slutty past, don't deal with her. Some guys don't give a fuck about a woman's past, so I'm gonna make this video just in case you one of the guys who care about a woman's past and care about where a woman has been. Like I say, some guys don't care about that, some guys do. But if you do, I'm making this video for you because women will women know guys are judgmental, and they do things to they know to do things to hide their past and kind of sort of live a lie in a way. That way you can think that they have more less miles than they actually do, because to them, they know that the less miles, the more value they have. So women will women will play a role and try to seem more prudish than they actually was. So I'm gonna tell you how to spot the signs that a woman was a hoe back in the days, or has been a hoe, or been through that phase. But first, like the video, hit the notification bell, that way you can get this player shit fresh off the press. But let's get into this. I got 6 signs on how to spot a woman with a hoish past or a slutty past. Sign number 1, a bunch of, visible tattoos. I'm talking about excessive. See, nowadays tattoos are a fad, so, a few tattoos here and there is cool. People get tattoos as a fad, but especially like back in the days, a chick that had visible tattoos anywhere, like visible or big or anything like that, that was almost a telltale sign that she was, she was about that life. But now, if you see a chick that has tattoos all over her body, or a bunch of tattoos, thigh tattoos, neck, arms, all over, that's the signs of a chick that used to be a slut, right? Or that she done did some dicks. Tattoos, right? Tattoos are a sign of rebellion. Tattoos are a sign of rebellion, and rebellious women are usually, a rebellious woman is usually a slutty one, so if they're rebellious in one area of their life, they're usually rebellious in another. And if a woman is rebellious and marking her body with that pain and all that shit, she usually was, 9 times out of 10, she was throwing that coochie around. So that's number 1. A ton of visible tattoos and excessive tattoos. Number 2, I covered this on my last video, and it's alcohol or drug abuse, weed, cigarettes, anything. People who, self-medicate, like I say, people who self-medicate through drugs, alcohol, or cigarettes, or anything like that, are trying to numb anxiety or pain, or trying to hide something, you know what I'm saying? And like I said in the last video, go watch that, by the way. Dicks, give too many dicks, jumping from dick to dick and playing musical dicks, give women anxiety and depression and self-esteem issues and all that shit. And most people numb that through smoking, alcohol, drugs. So if you see a woman and she's a smoker, especially like in her 30s, that's usually a sign that her 20s was pretty wild. A smoker, she smokes weed daily, drinks daily, go to bars and shit like that. This is a habit picked up from a slutty past, you know what I'm saying? And the habit still sticks. So once you see this, it may not be that she's still, in a whole phase or doing dicks like that, but it's just the habits and addictions have picked up from her going through that. So she still has it. So always understand that when you see a woman who, especially in their 30s or 40s and shit like that, late 20s, if they smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, or any drugs or alcohol on a consistent basis, then it's probably it's a whole phase somewhere up in there. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a shitty job, right? Real shitty jobs. Women that's like over 26, 27, and all the way up into their 30s and 40s, and they have shitty jobs, or they're in bad living situations, or they're just all around fucked up in life. Especially though, pay attention to the shitty jobs like fucking cashiers, or working at fucking Walmart, or 30 years old in call centers making, 35 years old in a call center making $12 an hour. That's usually a sign of a woman who's fucked her years off, her teens and her 20s, fucking around, partying, drinking, and fucking and chasing guys. The same way you see a guy, the same way how we would dating coaches tell you guys, stop chasing pussy, get your shit together, get your shit together. You can never get money chasing. You can never lose money. You can never lose a bitch chasing money, but you can always lose money chasing a bitch. The same way we tell you that, the same way it applies to women on the flip side. So women that's always chasing guys or chasing guys' attention and partying and shit like that, who's done that in their 20s, they use that time to do that instead of being productive, and it shows later on in life. So whenever you see a chick in her 30s, or late 20s and they work at gas stations, bagging groceries, or little fast food restaurants and shit like that, little low paying ass jobs and they don't have any skills or degrees or anything like that, just shitty jobs, and they have a shitty life in general, that's usually the signs of an ex-slut, an ex-hoe who's party and chase guys in her earlier years. So understand that. That's number 3. Number 4 is multiple kids by multiple dudes. I don't even need to explain that. Multiple kids by multiple dudes. That's very fucking irresponsible, but I'm not gonna go into that. You already know. Number 5. Number 5 is if you're talking to a woman and getting to know her and it reveals that she has a celibacy run, or while you're getting to know her, she tell you that she's celibate, right? What happens is when women, they go celibate, usually when they go celibate for a while, usually after they get off of a hoe phase, or after they get done doing dick after dick after dick and juggling dudes and all that shit, it gets tiresome. The anxiety is stressing them out. And so in order to, cleanse themselves and purge themselves, they just stop dealing with dudes all around. They won't have a cleanup man that just come through fucking and all. Women do that. They'll go through celibacy. You know how we go through monk mode and all that shit? Women do that shit too, and they do it for extended periods, like a year, sometimes 2 years, to where they'll go without fucking with any dudes or no males for an extended period of time. But that usually comes from the realization of, damn, I've been fucking hoeing around. I need to get my shit together. Let me cut these dudes off. Let me stop fucking around and let me focus on getting my shit together. Now, once you see that, that's usually telltale signs of, once you see a woman has been celibate, or she tells you she's been celibate, or when you meet her, she's in a celibacy run and she's for real about it. Some women will tell you that shit just to throw you off. But if she's for real about it and you can sense that, that's usually the signs that she's coming off of a slut phase or a hoe phase. You know what I'm saying? And in order to find out when you vibing and talking and getting to know on the phone or on a date, just ask her, have you ever did celibacy? Have you ever tried celibacy before? Just ask her straight up like that. But don't come off like you're trying to be judgmental or trying to figure some shit out. Just ask, I'm curious, have you ever tried or thought about being celibacy and all that shit? And then you explain to her monk mode and the powers of, sex transmutation and all that shit, just to disguise it. But find out that way. Number 5, if she's ever been on a celibacy run. Number 6, this is very important, right? This is very important. Number 6 is using sex as a bargaining chip, and withholding sex, kind of like making you wait. They kind of put stipulations on, when they gonna have sex with you and all this shit. And this is in the beginning phase. In the beginning phase, when you're getting to know her, they dangling the coochie as a carrot. You know what I'm saying? And they using that as a bargaining chip and withholding it in an attempt to get you to commit further or invest your feelings of money even further than what you already have. They're trying to get something out of you. What happens is when women do this, it's usually because they've been ran through, right? They've been ran through, and they believe and internalize that by them giving it up so fast, it's the reason why they can't secure a man or get a man to invest in them, whether it's his feelings or, his emotions or his money or his commitment. They believe that them fucking so much and letting guys hit it fast or one night stands, they believe that that's the reason why they can't find a man. So they develop a strategy now. The strategy that they've developed now is that, okay, since doing dicks ain't get me nowhere, so let me withhold it. you know what I'm saying, and make him invest even further, and that's gonna get him more intimate and keep him chasing. That's a game that ex-sluts play, you know what I'm saying. Their strategy is to seem as though they aren't hoish to create more value, to get you more invested, because they believe that, and it's from past experience, they believe that giving it up fast, a guy won't like them. The thing is that's not the case, right? See, this is the worst type of XO because they're very manipulative, right? They're very manipulative and delusional, and they think that they're delusional because they think that it's the guys fucking them fast or you having a one night stand. Let me tell you straight up, some of my best relationships and, you know, best encounters with women and most fulfilling have come from women I've slept with the first time I'm, you know, on a first date and shit like that. In fact, my longest relationship that I've ever been, we had sex on the first date. You know what I'm saying? The first time we kicked it, well, the second time we kicked it. The first time it could have happened, but I was way too drunk and I was throwing up all over the place. The next day she came back, you know, it went down. But they get this type of XO is delusional and thinking that it was because having sex, you know, it was because having sex fast. She was having sex fast that's why she can't get a man. It's a delusion. She don't realize and she don't have accountability that it's her shitty fucking attitude and her warped view. These type of women stay away from these type of women. They believe that it's a sex thing or it's the guy that ain't the problem, and they don't look in the mirror and it's their shitty attitude. So instead of trying to develop their personality and develop and work on their shitty attitude to be a better mate to somebody, they use sex as a bargaining chip. Like I say, man, these women have extremely shitty personalities and warped views on dating in general. You know what I'm saying? Dating and the world in general. And you usually see this type of mentality when women are in their 30s. Or kind of late 27, like 27, 28. It's not as intense when they're 27, 28, but if a woman turns 27, 28, 29, and she ain't really locked nothing in yet, by the time she get 30 and up, this is what happens. And a lot of the times women lack accountability. So it's easier to point the finger elsewhere than to look in the mirror and say, okay, this is why I can't find a guy, because me. It's slutty women that don't have problems getting no man. Women that sluts and fuck countless guys. You know, women like that who have great personalities and then they can help men and they can be better. They don't have problems finding men. It's plenty of slutty women, ex-hoes who in relationships who have secured beta males and alpha males. So it's not the fact that you was a slut, it's the fact that you have a shitty personality. And this type of ex-hoe does not realize this, and she will not get it. These type of women usually stay single. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from this type of woman. Stay away. Now, it's one thing to not be attractive, right? It's one thing to not be attractive to the woman, you know, or turn the woman on and might not be her type. But you could tell when a woman is attracted to you. You can tell, you know what I'm saying? You can tell if you're doing everything right. You would be able to know it, you know what I'm saying? But these women somehow still know how to suppress that, you know, primal lust and that primal attraction to be manipulative, right? Normally when a woman hasn't been through this and a woman is just on some regular shit, normally the attraction, that attraction, that lust, that desire is very hard to resist. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing everything right and your shit is on point, normally a woman will sleep to you if you escalating properly and all this shit. Normally it'll happen. It's almost like clockwork. But a slutty woman has built up defenses and they know how to resist this type of shit. So pay attention to, they know how to resist and suppress this type of shit. So pay attention to that. Right, I got a bonus one, but that was number 6, right? And that's the women that uses sex as a weapon or sex as a bargaining chip to dangle and to get you to invest even further, to get you to like her more, or to kind of manipulate her value in your eyes. That was number 6. Number 7 is my bonus tip, right? I wasn't gonna do this one, but this is a bonus tip. If you ever hear a woman say this, right? You ever hear, if you're talking to a woman and y'all vibing and you ever hear her say these words, I've had my fun, that means, right, that's code word for I was throwing coochie around and having a ball doing it. That's what that means. So I've had my fun. If you ever hear that, that's what that means. That's a sign of an ex-slut. But anyway, man, this your boy King Dre. If you guys found value in the content, if you like this video, share it. leave a comment down below, like the video, also subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player shit fresh off the press. My Attraction 101 course is available. Go get that. Follow me on Instagram at get_free_game. Good content on my Instagram. Also, if you need a coaching session, a 101 game session, hit me up. I will change your life. This is what I do. I'm very good at what I do. I've been dealing with women since I was a kid consistently. You know what I'm saying? So if whatever problem you got, I can guarantee you I can fix it and I can change your life for the better. So email me or send me a DM on Instagram. Also join the private Facebook community. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, join the Patreon if you haven't. Join the Patreon. Good game on there, good exclusive content, the whole fucking nine. But this your boy King Dre. I don't want to make this way too long. This your boy King Dre. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. If there's no you, there's no me. So I really appreciate that. You know, throw me a like, throw me a comment. Let me know how if you get value out of content, let me know your thoughts. This is the type of shit that keeps me going. But anyway, like I said, it's King Dre. This is how to spot a woman with a slutty past. I'm gone.